And podcast mamas are back, kicking it off with Ryan, as we always do, the respite provider with a little bit of
time for bed, oh, it's time for you. Mom and Dad says what you gotta do. We don't care if you ain't tired. Take it from the one whom you so admired. It's bedtime for Ella Missy. Don't you cry or go and hiss it. No more games and no running around, 'cause we don't wanna hear another sound. Just take your bell and get tucked in and don't make us swear again and again and again.
All right, welcome back to the show. I'm Carly here with you with Nicole.
Hi, everyone.
And Miss Laura is back.
Hello.
So happy to have both of you here today. So happy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Of course. So I got to ask you both, has anyone seen the video on Instagram of Ella and the teeth brushing situation? Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Nicole?
And I have seen it as well.
So that introductory clip of her little grin that she does, I'm going to make my millions off of making that a meme for everything. I just need to catch her, because now every time I try and take the photo of her doing that face, she starts laughing at me and runs away. So she's on to me.
Naturally.
It is so mischievous looking. It is like a combination of a middle finger, a snicker. It's all of it, you know?
You're so right. That is the perfect way to describe it. So for those who don't know, who aren't following at Rainbow Bunny Rules on Instagram, Ella and I have a wrestling match every single morning, and I've shared this on the show. And after the wrestling match, to get her out of bed and into the bathroom, we do the toothbrushing extravaganza, which is why I wake up at 5 to mentally prepare for the shakedown that's going to go on. This time I actually took video footage of what I go through every morning. And it just opens up with Ella and this little face, like Nicole said, a big fat F you, I'm not doing this, and we'll just see how much fun I can have eliciting my control over the situation. Now, Miss Laura taught in this house for a couple of years, solidly with Ella, outside of her caregiving experience, outside of her teaching and aid experience in the classroom. So, Miss Laura, I just want you to weigh in for a hot second on your experience with Ella when she has this lovely little character about her.
Oh, gosh. You know, as a caregiver, I feel like we're in the slightly more fortunate place than you, where like we're a fresh face. Even my face that she's seen over the course of 15, 16 years of her life now, because I rotate in and out, whenever I rotate back in, I'm still a fresh face, in quotes. Yeah. So she's always going to put you through the Ella boot camp, but if you hold strong and steady, you can push through, because I remember that toothbrushing was one of our top hot topics when I restarted back in August 2020, I believe. Mm-hmm. And she was refusing to spit in the sink. She was, really refusing to brush, all those things. And we did get her brushing by herself. And we got her, we met her halfway, and she would like take a swig of water, rinse, and then spit it back into the cup. She would not spit into the sink, but she would spit it back into the cup for whatever reason. But it was still, I'm like, whatever, you're still doing what I need you to do, even if it's a different way. I don't care. I know through all this time, I was hoping that would generalize over to La Madre. Not, apparently.
Not so much.
And I think it's just, this might be extreme, but I'll never forget. There was a client who was seeing a psychologist at a young age. And I remember the psychologist explaining to the mom that, look, they are always going to put you through the hardest things because they know you are the one person who is not going to walk away. You're the one person that is going to be the super solid rock that is just always going to be there. So unfortunately, you are going to get the brunt of the brunt of the brunt of all the things. And I think this is just the hill that Bean wants to die on.
So because with Hannah, magnificent. In fact, I went as far as to say, Hannah, please make a video for me.
Yes. That would have been my recommendation.
I need to see what you're doing so that maybe I'm not doing it right. And I will admit that Hannah will brush her teeth with Ella at the same time, and that does encourage Ella to do it.
Yes.
Oh,
I know.
And I did that once on a FaceTime after the shower when Hannah's brushing her hair, once in a while I'll get the FaceTime, and I caught her on one, and we brushed together because I think I just eaten dinner or something. So yeah. And Ella thought it was hysterical that I was, brushing my teeth with her through the phone. So it did help.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I saw you working it with Rainbow Bunny in the video. I mean, from what I saw, you were doing all the right things.
Tap.
Again, we have to remember that she is a teenager. That is a very typical version. I mean, waking up first thing in the morning is not fun for any teenager.
Totally.
So you're going to get some tough spots no matter what.
True. And I don't know why I walk into her room to get her rolling, and I don't take on the whole, I'll brush my teeth, you brush yours. I think I'm just like, it's time to go. We don't have the window of time that Hannah has in the afternoon. So I do feel more rushed. Now, I will say, special needs parents, listen to me. I was out and about socializing as I do, and I was talking about this epic video of my dear darling daughter, and I made a friend, and she shared with me another Instagram family with a situation that is similar with the toothbrushing, and she told me about Colgate Hum for kids. So write that down, parents. I'll put it in the description, but Colgate Hum for kids. It's an app you put on their phone, and whenever they go to brush their teeth, their toothbrush is like a magic wand connected to this app. So it can see in the app when you're brushing, and it gives you stars, and it makes sounds, and it goes through the whole mouth.
Wow.
And it awards you every time you keep going and going and do the full 2 minutes, and it tells you to brush your tongue. And then it gives you an award at the end. And then after you receive your award or reward, you take a photo of yourself with some goofy character hat on your head that it superimposes on you. And you take that photo. So now you've got your prize and you've got your photo in this goofy kind of character look. And so far, 2 days or 3 days in, I'm loving it.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm loving it. So this could be a thing, guys. I know.
Yeah.
It
sounds really motivating.
Yeah. So I'll put that information in the description. And Miss Laura, if you want to share that on your website as well, because I know that you're always sharing resources with your clients. It's been very, very helpful for Ella. And she'll still give me resistance in the morning, but that's at least one feat that I'm looking forward to now versus dreading. So there we go.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, Carly, if you had ever, I understand you don't have the time in the morning, but have you ever tried, like, look at us, we're getting ready together at night for bed. And I only say that because I have noticed my teenage daughter, who is 13, so maybe you should try this with Mia. This would be a fun experiment. I have caught her several times talking with like younger children, like a few years younger, 3, 4 years younger, on the phone, like with a nighttime regime. Like
Yeah.
they are like doing their face wash, they're brushing, you know, the whole thing. Like they sound like they're on like a YouTube channel
That's,
or something.
oh, I
And
love that.
so I'm wondering, you know, maybe we could try something where mine calls her around your bedtime
Yes.
and is doing a whole thing. Like, you want to do this together? You brush your teeth, I'll brush mine,
Oh my gosh, I
you
love
know.
that. Well, and face washing is another item on Ella's ISP because she's starting to get a little bit of acne because she doesn't wash her face. So I've had to like step
Hmm.
in, but it is something I want her to do on her own. I love that.
There you go.
And or even if Mia could just take a video of herself brushing her teeth, that Carly could play at any time then. So she could like in the
Oh,
morning, like, hey, do you want to get up and out of bed? You get to see Mia.
That's a great idea
'Cause-
too.
or yeah, or even like you get to see Mia. Okay, Mia's showing you how to brush your teeth. Let's make a video so you can send to Mia of you brushing your
Sure.
teeth.
Oh,
Absolutely.
see, this is why we do this, you guys. This is why
Yep.
we do this. All the ideas are coming together because I'm telling you, like Ella responds so much better to her peers than she does
Yes.
to
Of course.
anybody else. That's a brilliant idea. Okay, we're going to get off the line and schedule that later today so that we can get a video of Mia and do this whole drill. I love this. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. All right, we've got toothbrushing squared away and potentially face washing.
Awesome.
We'll
Can't
have to
wait. Can't
we
wait.
we got some bed making done. Did you guys see that? I got her to make her bed so that she could go out to lunch with her friend.
Did see that.
Hmm.
That was that big,
I
big.
have a teenage boy that would be interested in learning how to do that. I'll have to mention that.
Oh, the teenage boys, the teenage.
How did her? Didn't she have a date again? Another, was it a coffee date or what did she do?
They went bowling. Ella
Oh,
and Jordan
fun.
went bowling again. Oh my gosh, you guys. The photos that we took of the two of them, like sharing French fries and chicken fingers and snuggling, and she gets the ball and gives it to him, and he rolls it down the alley for her.
Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps.
I mean, so that's a piece of important life stuff for these
Oh,
kiddos. You know, like when
yeah.
they're young, there's not so many differences. There's not so many apparent, obvious, you know, uh, things that separate them, right? And as
Right.
they get older, it's so much harder to get them to have a circle of friends and people to hang with. And you know, I've fought this my whole life with her, trying to get her into situations with friends and peers and whatever. This has been like magic, you guys. This has been honestly a gift from the Lord and the universe to be able to hang out with Jordan like this. I need more. I need more. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so fun.
I know. I know.
Well, because it doesn't just affect them too. It affects everyone around you. Like think about how you're feeling right now and how you were watching, it take place in front of you and taking those pictures. And if anyone else is in the bowling alley and they're getting to observe that, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a ripple effect.
I mean, it really is. Oh my gosh, this is Jordan's mom messaging me right now. Um, but no, you're so right. I mean, Carrie and I were enjoying it so much. And then even the waiter, he's like, I've got your spot reserved for you guys. I remember you from last time. I mean,
Oh,
couldn't be sweeter. Just so like helpful and you don't need to rush. Take your time. It's so nice. It's so nice. So
Mhm.
Bolero, by the way, for anyone who's interested,
okay.
Bolero is extremely accommodating and has been wonderful for this hosting the Ella and Jordan date afternoons.
I love that. I love that. It makes me think, last month I threw a birthday party for a client, and the mom was basically in tears because her kiddo hasn't had a birthday party with friends, and I don't know when. And, you know, it does have a huge impact. His brother was there. He got to see it and meet some new neurotypical peers himself.
Yeah.
So we had neurodivergent, we had neurotypical peers,
Okay. Oh
and it was
wait,
such.
I need to stop you. I need the information from the beginning. How old is this individual?
Yes.
Is in school, not in school, boy or girl? I need all the information.
So he just turned 15
Okay.
last month. He is not in school.
Okay.
He is neurodivergent, and he's become, again, I'll use quotes, friends with another one of my clients.
Okay.
And by friends, I mean they seem to tolerate each other, right? There's not a whole lot of interaction, but we're working on it.
Okay.
Um,
You're
and
talking
then
about two people who are neurodivergent are having
correct,
struggles
correct.
socializing together.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Got it.
And I have my other provider, Miss Amber,
Mhm.
who you know well. So we work with both of these clients. So if I'm with one, she's with the other, and then vice versa.
Okay.
So we do play dates like every other week. And for this week, we did the birthday party because it was his birthday.
Okay.
And it's such a fabulous situation because Amber herself has two boys that are teenagers
Yes.
that are neurotypical, and two younger girls that are much younger, like first and second grade, I think, also neurotypical, but the boys tend to love them. So, and because they're sort of functioning on the same kind of levels, right?
Sure.
So they practice, like my 17-year-old client practices reading with the second grader, right? It's super cute.
Oh, I love that.
So it was such a hit that I'm actually throwing the second party today, a fall fiesta. It's going to be all things apples. We're painting with apples. We're taste testing different colors of apples. We're bobbing for apples. We're tossing apples into baskets. Like,
So cute.
I don't know, we're just going to do one a month on the half days where, you
Yeah.
know, the kids that are in school, when
Yeah.
they get out of school, can come. So
I
yeah,
love
it's
that.
exciting. It's good for the neurotypicals. It's good for the neurodivergent. It's good for the
Absolutely.
parents. It's good for everybody. So,
Absolutely. So that brings me to another thought, how in school during the day,
mhm.
but after school, they still
Yeah.
need something to do,
Oh yeah, they need
you know,
structure, they need support.
just like
Yep.
any other kid, any other
Mhm.
teenager. I mean, I was asked
Yeah.
the question, so when Ella's done with school, what will that look like? And I said, well, it's not just a day program I'm looking for.
Right.
You
Right.
know, they need after day program. They
Right.
need like nightlife and extracurriculars and places
Yes.
to go and socialization. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to figure out once these kiddos get out of school, you know.
Yes.
And even now, you know, we're very, very fortunate that we've got Hannah, who is only 1 year older than Ella.
Right.
So she's her nightlife right now, which is great.
I
Yep.
meant to ask that about Hannah when we had her on, excuse me,
Oh,
when
right.
we had her on last week.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I said, how old is she? I was thinking, and I'm like, that's fascinating. So that's
It really, really is.
probably very good for Ella.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think that's why Ella attends to her so well, because she
Yeah.
gets it. They're the same age, and she's genuinely into the same kinds of things that Ella's into. So,
Oh,
you know,
it
it's
couldn't
great.
it couldn't be more adorable. I mean, and I love overhearing like Hannah talk about her day to Ella. I
Aw.
mean, it's great. It's really, really great. And then, you know, sometimes there'll be some sort of event or party or outing that Hannah has found and has come up with, and her and Ella will get to do it. And I don't know if I've shared so Hannah's here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and we kind of try to theme each day. Monday it's Monday. No one likes Monday. So I say that's your Starbucks day. You go get your Starbucks together, have Ella make that transaction with the cashier, walk in, make her selections of what she wants, do the ordering. It takes time. Yes, I know, but this is how she learns, right?
Perfect.
Then on Wednesday is the library day. So they go exchange books, they get books, they spend some time there at the library. Wonderful. They get coloring pages. Sometimes I think there's a scavenger hunt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Friday is typically like an aquarium day, or now it's the football season, so Ella's cheering on a lot of Friday nights.
I'm going to try and make it this Friday. We'll see.
Good. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, we'll be there, front row.
Okay. Cool.
And Hannah actually has to leave at halftime, so we're going to see how long Ella can hang with the other cheerleaders. And then we'll bust out if we have to, because this mom ain't getting on the field and playing that. I'll be in the crowd, but I ain't getting on the field. So, and that's Friday. And then Saturday could be the aquarium or a gathering or a party like Miss Laura, you've hosted them a couple times. Or
I had them for a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And laundry. Big day for laundry on Saturday.
Yes.
So it's nice that they have like some sort of direction, some sort of theme. I think that helps guide the caregiver, gives Ella some structure, something to look forward to. So they're not flying blindly here. So
yeah, that's phenomenal. Good job.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Virgo, always planning.
Oh, I love it. I love that they're still going to the library. That's so great.
That's really a helpful outing. I mean, it's free.
Right.
It's entertaining.
She always loved it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we all know, I've shared several times, Ella does not sleep very well. So she'll pull all those library books in her bed, all lights on, and she'll be going through and reading the books. It's great.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
More of an intellectual than the 14 and 13-year-old or whatever he is.
Well, it was even the picture of her at the library is the one I ended up choosing for my website. So.
Oh, good. Did she have her Dr. Bean glasses on?
I think she does. I think she does.
I love when she plays Dr. Bean.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Miss Laura, what else? I want to hear something new in your realm of exciting news. What's going on in the world of Miss Laura and Miss Laura's life skills?
I mean, the website launching, I think 2 weeks ago is kind of the biggest thing.
Okay. Do you want to share again what kind of services that you offer, and do you have openings right now?
I have one opening right now. For either Tuesday or Wednesday morning or both, depending on the needs of the child. I don't work with kiddos more than 4 hours per week at this point. I come in, I do a pretty heavy therapy, and then I'm out. But I make lots of, visuals and directions. I help train whomever is in the home. If it's a hab worker or a parent, grandparent, whoever wants to know the drill, I'm happy to walk them through it. We do just a lot of daily living activities. I'm helping a kiddo through his morning routine right now, as well as cleaning, like a cleaning checklist for, learning how to wipe things down, vacuum, things like that. I'm starting to help another client with some cooking. He loves ravioli, so we made some, frozen ravioli. How do we boil water? How do we put the noodles in?
Oh my gosh.
How much sauce should we use? All that good stuff. Like pretty simple, but still pretty involved when you actually step back and think about it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you could stop me at boiling water. How about that?
Right.
I can't even imagine Ella doing that piece.
Yes. And obviously teaching, safety alongside all that.
Yes.
And yeah, I've got this party today, and then we'll be gearing up for some fun Halloween activities just in the home. I create, sensory bins and just fun, sight word vocab, like Halloween vocab, and just whatever I can think of. We count pumpkins for math. We,
amazing.
We do it all.
And you bring these kiddos all together, which is like,
I bring them together as much as I can.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, schedules get hairy, but yeah, as much as I can.
That's incredible.
Well, I feel like you, and I think I've said this before when we've had you on, I feel like you are such a godsend for these families. I'm, putting myself in the position of these special needs families, if you will. And I just can't imagine. It just must be so amazing to have this outside person come in and be able to just help. And, it just must be amazing. I can only imagine.
I mean, it was when we had Miss Laura working here, it was like, oh my gosh, this is an exhausting, challenge. I need help. And Miss Laura would figure out the solution to how to make it better, whether it be in a storybook, whether it be in a step-by-step process or whatever, or teaching me or teaching the caregiver. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like Ella and I will have an argument that it's 115 degrees out and she wants to wear sweats and a hoodie. And I'm like, for the love of Pete, let's go outside. Like you feel me like raging. You know what I'm saying? Miss Laura created this wonderful storybook with a temperature line and what photos that match the type of attire you should wear in the different temperatures. No, you cannot wear your bikini when it's 30 degrees out. No, you cannot wear the hoodie when it's 100 degrees out. So it's any kind of, like I said, challenge. She would come up with a solution on how to teach the student to do better and the parent for that matter. Carly, I can sense your frustration, but let's try it this way.
Well, thank you. I mean, I don't have to tell you ladies twice, parenting is really, really hard. And I feel like as soon as you become a parent, it should come with your own personal assistant, period.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care if your kiddo's neurodivergent, neurotypical,
right.
like here. And that's on top of whatever partner you've decided to go into parenting with, because it's too much. It's all consuming. I mean, what's always been the hardest part of my job, particularly when I was working in the district, is it's a very physical job, it's a very emotional job, and it's a very mental job. So I'm exhausting all three of those avenues every single day. And for parents, I imagine that has to be times 100. So because I do still get to clock out. I don't have kiddos of my own, very purposefully. So, I don't have to wake up with them at 2 a.m. So I can't imagine. And you all deserve your own assistance and awards and all the things. You're incredible.
I love that you said the word assistant because I was just saying to my other friend, Nikki, who lives down the street here, because we're all in so many directions, whether you have a child that has a disability or not, right?
Exactly.
You do level up with this sort of lifestyle as well.
Yes.
I remember driving in the car, and this was before you could use your smartphone to do things. So it was a while ago. We're talking in the days of Becky. And I don't think Becky is even listening or if she ever will, but Becky, if you're out there, she would be in my passenger seat. I'd be driving and I would be like, Becky, take a note. Becky, take a note. I can't forget.
She was like your Alexa or whatever.
Right.
My Alexa. It was so good. So yes, I mean, we do need a personal assistant always because I feel like I'm getting dementia every other day with these kiddos over here. I mean,
I just saw this clip online yesterday. It was from it must be an old sitcom or something, and I'm going to butcher it, but it's basically like, you see the wife in the kitchen serving breakfast, and the husband comes in with his briefcase, and I can't talk. I got to rush. I'm so late for work. He's pouring the coffee as he's walking, whatever. And she's like, okay, I just have one question. Okay, because I'm here getting myself dressed, getting the kids dressed, getting my breakfast, getting their breakfast, doing that. I mean, she literally lists off 20 things really quick, including a self-breast exam. I mean, it's hysterical. She's like, how do you do it? How do you just get up and leave the house?
Yes! Yes!
It's incredible.
It is so true. It is so true. Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen the Barbie movie by chance?
Oh, yes.
Anyone? Nick, did you see it?
I did not. Okay. No, I'm probably the only woman in America that hasn't seen it.
I mean, the reviews are mixed, but I really enjoyed it on so many different levels. And one of my most favorite moments was America Ferrera's diatribe, where she went off about being a woman. I was like, tears in my eyes.
Uh-huh.
Sing it, sister. Sing
Yes.
it. I mean,
I almost stood up and cheered,
yeah.
like legit in the middle of the theater. I was like, yeah.
Nick, if you do anything, just YouTube
Oh, I'll
America
have to.
Ferrera
I'm
Honey
gonna
Frog
have
movie.
to.
It's so good. It's
Okay.
so good. Okay, Miss Laura, we are running out of time, but I have a question.
Yes.
Having a social event with guests who
Yes.
have special needs, neurodivergence, they can speak very unfiltered.
Yes.
What do you do to help facilitate the conversations, the socializations, to make them peaceful and enjoyable? Because I got Ella off the bus the other day,
Uh-oh.
and one of the friendly young men who's new to the bus was
Oh,
on
Lord.
there, and apparently him and Ella were going at it. She was yelling at him, he was yelling at her, and then all of a sudden he shouted, "Just shut up and get off the bus."
That's great.
I about fell backwards down the stairs.
Oh, a little taste of your own medicine,
I
Bean.
mean, the bus driver and the aide are like, "Don't say that." So, can you just expand upon how you facilitate that? And we will end on that note to get through social situations. Do share.
Absolutely. I mean, with the caveat that kids are always going to say the darndest things, but you can absolutely work on social stories. Um, take video modeling an appropriate conversation, do a storybook modeling an appropriate conversation, really talk it out, practice these appropriate conversations, maybe have a visual list of appropriate topics that we can talk about. And maybe there's a list of appropriate responses too, or, you talk about feelings. What do I say when I'm upset? It's not shut up and get off the bus. It's, could you please quiet down, or have a nice day, or
Okay.
I need some space.
Okay.
I mean, kudos on the kiddo for trying to advocate for himself. He just needed to use some different words to do it. That's all.
So a lot of modeling. Do you ever have to intercede in a situation when you're hosting these social events or you're out with these kiddos?
I haven't yet. The kiddos that we get together have very limited language.
Okay.
Bean definitely has more than they do. Right now, we're at the stage where we literally have written down, like, how are you? And then it just getting them to actually not repeat, how are you? Getting the other person to actually close their mouth and listen to the question, how are you? Is really hard.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the level that we're at right now. Both these clients also have devices. They're going to start talking to each other with their devices
Oh, that's
as
great.
well. But yeah, for the older ones, I mean, you do your best. And yeah, if you have to intercede, just say, hey, just try and redirect them. Hey, do you need a snack? Have you tried the bathroom? Why don't we go try the bathroom, and just take them off into a corner and say, hey, I'm really glad you're using your words, but we have to be careful which words we use. Let's try this next time.
So you will act to remove the person from the situation rather than kind of snap at them and say, "Whoa."
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the scenario. There's been a couple times where my kiddos have talked back to their parents, and that's a big no-no to me. So I do tend to snap at them in that moment.
Okay.
And I say, hey, that was pretty rude. Can we try again? I mean, I still try not to be like super aggressive about it, because that's just not my personality.
Yeah.
But just trying to, in a situation, especially if there's a lot of people around and you're getting looks and stuff, I might remove them, or I might just kind of ignore, giggle, and just totally redirect the conversation in a different
Okay.
path.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might come in handy for some of my 13-year-old's friends. I was just talking to Nicole about that.
It
Like how they
it
talk to their
sounds
mothers.
like it. It sounds like that they could use some Miss Laura.
I think we all could. I think that at the end, if we're going to end the show on a note, we could all use some Miss Laura. So, folks, if you are struggling, if you need some kind of advice, help, you need somebody to come in and reshape what's going on in your home. Miss Laura, Miss Laura's Life Skills is incredible. So please share your email and your website one more time, Miss Laura, and give a shout out, last liner.
New website, www.misslauраslifeskills.com. That is the website. Email is misslauраslifeskills.com at gmail. If you want to try and follow me on Instagram at LalaLauraAnn14. I'm also side hustling, creating women's wellness groups because we as women all need some support. So I've been doing 2 circles a month since June, and it's going really well. So yeah, bringing in my first guest speaker next month about breath work. So I'm really excited.
I love that.
Wow, you're a woman of many talents. Exactly.
Trying to get more love out there because I think we need it.
I mean, I agree. And, you know, like we always say, Nick, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles, and that sets the tone for what you want in the world. When you are grateful, when you have more love, then you only get more back.
Yeah. And I think it's so important, like we always say, to take a minute each day to really be present. Think about what you're grateful for. Today, I know I am grateful for the people in the world like Miss Laura. So take that time, whether you jot it down in a gratitude journal, whether you are taking time to pray or meditate on it, or just think about it for a minute or two. So important to
share it at the dinner table.
Gratitude. Yeah.
I know some families that go around and share it at the dinner table. It's really special.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to invoke that. I like that idea. We'll see if I can get that on the docket tonight, and I'll report back. We will see you, Miss Laura, at the end of next month and the end of October, I believe. So until then, we've got our Ryan closing out the show. All right, ladies, have a great day. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.